NRL vid09 back in a video today. This is my round 19 NRL tips for 2020. So yeah, let's get into it. But one very important thing that I'm very proud to announce that I've just reached 300 subscribers on YouTube. So guys, thank you so much for that. It means a lot. Found out during the day at school, so that's good. 300 subs, that's great. It's a great achievement, great milestone. Just want to thank you guys so much for those who did contribute to my milestone getting 300 subs on YouTube. It means a lot. I'll be giving some shout outs next video, so that could be tomorrow or Thursday. So tomorrow, which is Wednesday, or the next day after, which is Thursday. One of those days I'll be giving you some shout outs, so guys, stay tuned for that. But guys, thanks again for 300 subscribers, means a lot. But here's my round 19 tips for 2020. The first game's at ANZ Stadium on Thursday night footy between the Rabbitohs and the Bulldogs, and it's at ANZ Stadium. The team for the Rabbitohs, looks like Dane Gagai is out for this game, and replacing him in the centres is Stephen Masters. And it looks like that's the same team. No other changes to Rabbitohs, so it's the same team as last week. The Bulldogs. Looks like Daniel Martinez-Lesniak shifts. Looks like Daniel Martinez-Lesniak replaces Nick and Meaney on the wing, and replacing Daniel Martinez-Lesniak in the centres is Tim Laffey. I think Nick and Meaney's been dropped from the Bulldogs, and Matt Dury's out, so replacing him off the bench is Sione Katoa, and Chris Smith moves to lock. And that's the team right there for the Bulldogs. For this game, I'll be tipping the Rabbitohs to win. 30 points to 10. I feel like we'll have too much for the Bulldogs, so I feel like Rabbitohs will get a good win against Bulldogs. 30 points to 10. Now, Friday night football in Townsville. It's between the Panthers and the Cowboys. At not 1300 Smile Stadium. It's at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. It's taken for the Cowboys. So Justin O'Neill's out for the Cowboys, and replacing him in the centres, it's Murray Sulagi, and Josh Maguire's been suspended. So replacing him, it's a prop. It's Corey Jensen, and and also John Asiata's out, and replacing him, I believe it's Ben Condon, who makes it NRL debut. Then you have a team for the Panthers. The team's the same as last week for the Panthers, but the only changes for the Panthers is that Apisai Korosi has injured. He has I think he has a concussion, so he won't play. And replacing Apisai Korosi at hooker, it's Mitch Kenny. That's the team right there for the Panthers. For this game, I'll be tipping the Cowboys to win. Panthers to win. Oh my god, sorry. I meant Panthers to win. Panthers to defeat the Cowboys, 22 points to 12. I feel like Panthers will be a bit too strong for Cowboys in Townsville. Sorry, guys, I was supposed to say Cowboys. I said Panthers, and that's what I meant. I'm really sorry about that. Now the main game, which is basically this is the main game. Eels and the Broncos at Bankwest Stadium in Sydney. A team for the Eels, so Reid Marnie makes his return for Parramatta at hooker, and dropping out is Ray Stone, and that's the rest of the team right there for the Eels. And also they get George Jennings and Daniel Alvaro back from their loan deals. The team for the Broncos looks like Sean O'Sullivan is out of the team, and replacing him at 5'8" is Tyson Gamble. And I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a gamble trying Tyson Gamble in the halves. It's a bit of a gamble using Tyson Gamble, but anyway, I feel like he'll do okay, I guess. But it's a gamble though. Payne Haas is out, and replacing Payne Haas at prop, it's Ben Teo, and that's the rest of the team right there for the Broncos. For this game, I'll be tipping the Eels to win. I feel like they'll be way too strong for the Broncos. I feel like the Eels will win 26 points to 12. I think that Parramatta will just be too strong at Bankwest for the Broncos. Now, Super Saturday all kicks off between the Manly Sea Eagles and the Gold Coast Titans at Lottoland, or so-called Brookvale Oval. And, so the team for Manly, Kate Cuss is injured with a Cinder Moses injury, and replacing Kate Cuss at 5'8", it's Lachlan Croker. which I don't like at all. As a Manly fan, I really don't like Lachlan Croker. I think he's nothing but shit, in my opinion. He's just not good at all. He's just a very predictable, boring player. That's what I find Lachlan Croker. So I'm not really happy about that. But he replaces Kate Cuss in the halves, and Morgan Boyle will join the bench for Manly. And in the reserves, Tom Trbojevic could be a late inclusion for Manly, and his brother's there as well, Ben Trbojevic, and Ruben Yarrick's also there as well. And the team for the Titans looks like Tremaine Spry will play in the centres for Brian Kelly, but Brian Kelly could be a late inclusion. He's in the extended bench for the for the Titans. And Nathan Peace is also there, joining the extended bench. And out for the Titans is both Fermor and Aaron Clark. And I think Tana Boy joins the bench, replacing Aaron Clark off the bench, I believe. And that's a team right there for the Titans. For this game, though, I'll be tipping the Titans to win. I think they're in better form. I'm not confident about Manly having Lachlan Croker in the halves. I'm really not confident. I'm really not confident about Lachlan Croker. That's how not confident I am, and not happy about Lachlan Croker being that same. I'm just not confident at all for Manly. And I think Titans will get the win, 24 points to 16. Now the second game of Super Saturday is between the Melbourne Storm and the West Tigers at Sunshine Coast Stadium. The team for the Storm, Nico Hines, he's playing his second game at fullback for Ryan Pappenhausen, who's obviously still out with his Achilles injury, and the rest of the team's the same for the Melbourne Storm, but Brandon Smith could be a late inclusion for the Storm, so watch out for that. And the team for the Tigers, there's a lot of changes for the Tigers. Adam Dewey shifts from centre to fullback, and Chris Lawrence will replace Adam Dewey in the centres. Josh Reynolds replaces Benji Marshall in the halves. Replacing Luke Brooks in the halves. Sorry about that. Sam McIntyre will replace Luke Garner in the starting back row, and Luke Garner will drop to the bench, and that's the team right there for the Tigers. For this game, I'll be tipping the Storm to win. I think Storm will be too good for the Tigers, and I feel like the Tigers will be all right, but they won't get the win though. I think the Storm will get the win, 28 points to 6. I feel like Storm will just, be too good for the Tigers at the end of the day, too strong. Now, the last game of Super Saturday is between the Roosters and the Sharks at Sydney Cricket Ground. So the team for the Roosters, Joseph Martin replaces James Tedesco at fullback, because James Tedesco has been rested apparently for this match, so Martin will replace him at fullback. And Mitchell Orbison will come into the centres after his broken arm injury. And CRC Takayaho is also out, and replacing Takayaho at prop, it's Lindsay Collins. And that's the team right there for the Roosters. For the Sharks, Connor Tracy's still there in the team, in the halves. And I think there's no changes to the team. That's the same team as last week for the Sharks after last week's win over the Warriors. This game, though, I'll be tipping the Roosters to win. I feel like they have too much quality. And, I think Roosters will get the win. Roosters to win, I think they'll win 26 points to 16. It'll be too good. I feel like that, in my opinion, I feel like that Kyle Flanagan will have a big game against his old club, the Sharks. So Roosters get the win. Now, Sunday football all kicks off between the Raiders and the Warriors at GIO Stadium in Canberra. The team for the Raiders, actually, you know what? That's the same team as last week. The Raiders have no changes after last week's win against the Dragons, so that team's exactly the same as last week for Canberra. But Sia Soliola's an extended bench for Canberra, so he could be a late inclusion for this game. For the Warriors, George Jennings, Daniel Alvaro have both left the club because they're only on a loan deal. Warriors, they both go back to Parramatta Eels. So replacing George Jennings on the wing, it's Hayes Perham and Kieran will come into the centres for the Warriors. And Tom Arley will make his NRL debut off the bench, replacing Daniel Alvaro. He'll replace Daniel Alvaro off the bench, Tom Arley. And that's the team right there for the Warriors. For this game, though, I think Canberra will be way too strong at GIO Stadium, and I think they'll get the win against Warriors. I feel like the Raiders will win 34 points to 12. I just think that Canberra have a lot to play for, and they'll be too good for the Warriors. I think Canberra would really be desperate to get a top 4 spot. That's why I think they'll win by that much. But I hope Warriors put in a bit of a fight, but I think Canberra will be too good on Sunday. Now, the last game is Super Sunday of the Round 19 NRL. It's between the Knights and the Drags at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. Kalaponga for the team. The Knights team. Kalaponga will return from his broken nose injury and will take his place at fullback. Tex Hoy will replace Kurt Mann in the halves at 5'8", obviously. Chris Randall will come in at hooker. And that's the team right there for the Knights. For the Dragons, Cody Ramsey will play his second NRL game on the wing. Jackson Ford will play in the back row, replacing Jacob Host, and Tarek Sims will drop to the bench for this game. I think he returned from injury, I believe. So Tarek Sims will be off the bench for that game, and Max Fiagi will make his NRL debut for the Dragons off the bench for Billy Britton. For this game, though, I'll be tipping the Knights to win 18 points to 10 over Dragons. I think Knights will be a little bit too strong. I think Ponga will have a pretty good game. So is David Clemmer. Dragons are badly out of form, so I think the Knights will get the win here. So Knights to win 18 points to 10. But guys, that's my round 19 NRL tips for 2020. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for 300 subscribers. It means a lot. I'll be giving shout outs on Wednesday or Thursday, like I said before. And yes, have a good one.